Hello viewers, my name is Agbaje Onome. Welcome to another exciting episode on Nebo TV. Today on Nebo TV, we're going to be talking about a controversial politician in Nigeria, the person of Umar Ganduje, the governor of Kano State. The legacy of Umar Ganduje has been very controversial in Nigerian politics. He has a questionable character as regards his political aspect. In 2019, he was caught in a video bribing INEC for a re-election in a vote that the public criticized for its violent nature. Umar Ganduje was also one of the weights behind the disqualification of Obaseki from contesting in the Edo State primaries of the All Progressive Congress APC. He made his support known to the public on the 15th of June 2020. The report has more details.
Abdullahi Umar Ganduje, the Kano State Governor, on Monday 15th June 2020, made known to the public his support of the All Progressive Congress to disqualify Edo State Governor Obaseki from contesting in the primary elections in Edo State, which has been held. Ganduje, who spoke in Kano at a media parley with journalists, explained that what mattered at the moment is the legal implications of the likely outcome of the exercise. Ganduje said that Bayelsa example, where the party won a clean election but lost it to the opposition on the point of legality at the law court, is still fresh on the memory, adding that the party should not consciously walk into the same tight situation. According to Ganduje, he said, "As far as Edo is concerned, we are worried about the legality of our action. We believe the national headquarters of our party is doing all it takes to stay in the right course." He added that we are conscious of legal implications. We don't want to overlook anything that would turn to be our albatross. The issue of Bayelsa State, where we won an election and taken away, is still fresh in our memory. He, however, expressed optimism that no matter what happened, the All Progressive Congress would win Edo State again.
In 2019, he was caught in a video bribing INEC for a re-election in a vote that the public criticized for its violent nature.
Abdullahi Umar Ganduje, governor of Kano State in northern Nigeria, secured re-election in a vote that was largely being criticized for its violent nature. Kano State was one of about a half dozen others where supplementary polls were held on March 23, 2019, after the election body INEC declared the initial March 2nd polls inconclusive. Elections in Adamawa, Bauchi, Benue, Kano, Plateau, and Sokoto were declared inconclusive, mostly because the leading candidate's margin of the victory was less than the number of votes cancelled. It is largely held that the corruption issue had contributed to his first-round loss to the PDP, given that President Buhari won massively in the state in the presidential poll. Reports emerged on the day of voting that talks, especially from the ruling All Progressive Congress (APC), had disrupted voting in PDP strongholds, in some cases taking roll of ballot papers and top-rating a mass for the sitting governor. The bribery case was broken by a journalist of the Daily Nigerian news portal who has released multiple videos since October 2018. The Kano State Parliament attempts to probe the issue started but has since been halted by a court order. Ganduje, a former deputy governor who came to office in 2015, will complete his final term in 2023. He has sued the publisher of the bribe videos, which he says are doctored, and is seeking damages to the tune of 8.2 million naira. Governors in Africa's most populous nation are very powerful people with a lot of political influences. They have, however, been labeled as some of the most corrupt persons in the political chain.
Just recently, in June 2020, he was caught in a scandalous video where it shows that Umar Ganduje was pocketing a vast wad of American dollars. It was said that that was a bribe payment from public works contractors.
A scandalous video has been published appearing to show Governor Umar Ganduje pocketing vast worths of American dollars in what was said to be a bribe payment from public works contractors. The Kano State governor could be seen collecting the dollars before rolling them into his white dress in one of a series of questionable deals allegedly strung over a span of several months. The 2-minute video was recorded in 2017 in what Daily Nigerian described as a sting operation aimed at beaming a spotlight on the governor's alleged penchant for contract racketeering. The governor has debunked the video as cloned and threatened a sweeping lawsuit against its publisher. The Premium Times graphics expert who examined the video corroborated the position of Daily Nigerian, which earlier said its internal and independent graphics analysis have authenticated the clips. In the video published so far, the governor appeared to have received $230,000. All the cash was hastily stashed into his babaringa, a native attire common amongst men of northern Nigerian origin. The published version was uploaded without audio, apparently to conceal the identity of the contractors from the public. While Mr. Ganduje would readily know those with whom he carried out the exposed deal, the contractors believed their safety would be better guaranteed if their personal identities that could otherwise be obtained from their voices in the video are stripped off.
Umar Ganduje, also for political reasons, on 9th of March 2020, dethroned the Emir of Kano, Emir Sanusi II, through a unanimous vote of the Executive Council.
The Emir of Kano, Muhammadu Sanusi II, one of Nigeria's most influential Muslim traditional leaders, has been removed from his throne. He was deposed for showing insubordination to the authorities in the northern state of Kano. Mr. Sanusi, an ex-Central Bank chief, has had forceful relations with Kano Governor Abdullahi Umar Ganduje since 2017. His supporters believe he was sacked for opposing Ganduje's re-election last year 2019. Traditional leaders in Nigeria hold few constitutional powers but are able to exert significant influence as they are seen as custodians of both religion and tradition. Sanusi was seen as a reformist and had been critical of some government policies, a stance that frequently puts him at a loggerheads with ruling politicians. The emir has been removed from the palace in the city of Kano by security forces. It is not clear where he has been taken, but by tradition he will be expected to live in exile outside the emirate for the rest of his life. Aminu Ado Bayero, the son of Sanusi's predecessor, who ruled Kano for more than half a century until his death in 2014, has been chosen as the new emir by the local authorities. The government said he was removed in order to safeguard the sanity, culture, tradition, religion, and prestige of Kano Emirate, accusing the emir of total disrespect of institutions and the governor office. Since the emir and governor fell out, Sanusi had not attended state functions and official meetings, which the government said amounted to total insubordination. The emir's refusal to appear before a panel investigating allegations of corruption against him also did not go down well with the government. He is accused of selling property and mismanaging funds, but he secured a court order stopping the probe. After last year's election 2019, Ganduje, who is a powerful figure within Nigeria's governing All Progressive Congress party, split Kano Emirate into 5 and appointed 4 more emirs to weaken Sanusi's influence. Sanusi is not shy about voicing his opinions, which some say is a break with the tradition that an emir be seen and not heard. Last month, he said fathers who sent their children out to beg for alms should be arrested. In the past, he criticized what he described as the ultra-conservative interpretation of Islam in some parts of northern Nigeria and has discouraged the education of girls, family planning, and other progressive policies.
Just recently, Umar Ganduje has said that his administration will continue to probe Emir Sanusi for alleged financial impropriety even after he has been dethroned as emir.
Sanusi was dethroned in March 2020 and subsequently banished from Kano after he spoke out against corruption, illiteracy, and harmful cultural practices in the state. Abdullahi Ganduje, governor of Kano, has said his administration would continue to probe Muhammadu Sanusi II, the deposed emir of Kano, for alleged financial impropriety. While speaking with journalists, Ganduje said he would continue his probe against the former emir despite a court order restraining him from doing so. He said when we wanted to bring on board reform to our traditional institution, the former emir did not cooperate with the process of the reform. The process was truncated, so the only option for him was to find his way out, and that was what happened. That time there was this so-called Kano Elders Forum that tried to also frustrate the reform process. Their case was squashed by another court of competent jurisdiction. In the absence of all legal issues, the probe will continue. When he took them to court to stop the agency from probing him, the case was quashed. So they will continue probing him according to the set down law. The reform of the traditional institution was the sole aim of trickling down development to other parts of the state, particularly the communities that house the new emirates that they were created.
Even in the face of the coronavirus pandemic, the governor of Kano State, Umar Ganduje, has cut down by half the salaries of political office holders in the state as a result of little or almost zero collections recorded from the internally generated revenue. The report has more details.
Kano State government placed all political office holders in the state on half salary as a result of the ongoing shortfall in the federation allocations and almost zero collection being recorded in the internally generated revenue due to the prevailing COVID-19 pandemic. Those affected, according to Governor, his deputy or commissioners, special advisors, senior special assistants, among others. He said that all the political office holders at the local government level, which includes the chairman, deputy chairman, elected councillors, supervisory councillors, advisors and secretaries of local government are also affected. The new government directive came into effect in the month of May. Abdullahi Umar Ganduje regretted the situation, saying the development was necessitated primarily by the shortfall in the price of crude oil in the global market, which has caused a shortfall in the Federation account allocation to the state. The governor disclosed in view of the situation at hand, the state government has no alternative than to slash salaries of all political office holders by 50%. The sad situation at hand is also being compounded by the serious downward collection that we are experiencing in our internally generated revenue due to COVID-19 pandemic challenge. Almost all companies in the states are no longer in operation due to the lockdown. The trend is also being compounded by the fact that all other areas of revenue generation accruable to the state are no longer operational, so we have no other alternative than to take the step we have taken, he stated.